That'll work.
All right.
Hi.
Hey there.
Great to see you. You compliment me back.
Yeah, man. I love being here. I love to see you. It's good to see you.
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about music.
All right. Let's do.
Guitar player.
I
Jeremy is a guitar player. Self-proclaimed guitar player.
Yeah.
Where did it all begin for you?
Well, actually, I got my first guitar, a Sweet Samick, when I was 14, and I took 3 weeks of guitar lessons, and then I put it in the closet till I was done high school, actually, and then I kind of self-taught over the Metallica Master of Puppets album.
Oh, nice.
And then I started going to lessons, and eventually I actually took an interactive digital design course at the GPRC for music. Didn't pan out.
How so? How did it not pan out?
I didn't finish.
Oh, yeah.
I stepped away because they fired an instructor.
Oh, dang. Like on principle.
Yes.
You're like, who's coming with me?
That was it. That was the literal thing.
Dang.
McGuire.
That's loyalty early on. I like it. So a little bit of lessons, a little bit of post-secondary, I guess. And and then hard times when someone took the knife and you were like, I'm out. If you're out, I'm out. What'd you do then? What was next? After you were just like, I assume just reeling. Trying to find a place to
I just worked.
do your thing.
I worked and
Worked on like career worked?
started work, and then actually I had fallen into actually a quite heavy addiction, and I was there for 7 years. I didn't really do anything with music, and then once I got clean, and it was 07, yeah, once I got clean, then I was doing music right away with this conviction and yeah.
Shane Seward, Jaron, last name I don't know.
Jaron Neufeld,
Jaron Neufeld,
Johnny Martineau.
John Martineau.
And it was fun. Yeah, it was a good band. And but like many bands, it just kind of fizzled. And
Well, that one evolved weirdly, didn't it? It didn't quite fizzle is probably not the right word, as it
you might
kind
even
of
say it devolved.
Yes, it did. Yeah, I mean, it went from many down to few.
Yeah, I mean, we were a 4-piece, like kind of like a progressive rock band, and then eventually it was just Shane and I doing acoustic stuff for I want to say 3 years, and then
I remember that.
Yeah, you would.
I believe we recorded an album together.
You sure did. Oh, FYI, yeah, the album that you produced and mixed.
Yeah, well, we did.
Yeah.
It was a collaborative effort. 3 of us in an attic in your mom's house.
Yeah, 1960s house.
Yeah, it was pretty good. We found some cool spots to record in there.
Definitely a unique experience.
Yeah,
for sure.
Sorry, I derailed you there.
No, that's great.
You were devolving from this conviction full band down to 2-person acoustic act.
Yeah, 2-piece acoustic that we did for a few years. We released one record, obviously produced by you, and then my daughter, 2011, my daughter came along, and I kind of told Shane, you know, once my family started, that's gonna have to be my focus indefinitely. And right around the same time, it's funny, we played a festival, and Shane saw this girl there, and he said to me, before he'd ever talked to her, he said, I'm going to talk to that girl before the end of the day. And now they're married with 2 girls, and they live in New Zealand. So.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
What's that?
She's fantastic. His wife.
Yeah, I'm happy for him.
Yeah, what a spot though. Hey? From across the room, just that one.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a lovely story.
It's a very lovely story. But talking
For real,
about your
though.
career and other people's lives is not what we're here for. So I'll appreciate you to remain on task here.
Okay. So
This entire thing is about art.
sorry.
So there's strict rules with art.
Okay.
And paying attention is one of them.
Good luck.
Okay, hold on. So kids come along, pull the pin a little bit, or at least pull back.
For sure. Like I didn't. Actually, I have not played a live show since my daughter was born. I have not played a live show.
Dang.
And I still kept writing. I kept writing, recorded hundreds of ideas on the old cassette player.
Yeah.
And a little bit on the Mac, but
In the 2000s, in the 2020s even.
yeah, I'm like that old guy that just will be scared of everything in 30 years. And I'll shake my fist a lot. Trust me.
Get it warmed up. Just, you kids these days.
But yeah, so I kept writing, and the kids kept growing and getting bigger, and I remember me and you were, our situations were very similar. You know, wife, 2 kids, similar ages.
Music backseat.
Yeah. But then when did we start? Me and you started writing again.
Years.
Yeah, I want to say at least 2018.
Easy. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I've been out of the field anyway for 5 years for sure. 6 maybe.
For sure then.
Yeah, right
For
around
sure
there.
then.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so and then we've just been focusing on music, and we're actually at a point now where we're getting like real time in, which was not a thing of the past. And it's to a point where we're, I'm really proud of the stuff we're doing now and excited. And
Does the stuff we're doing now have a name?
it does. This guy came up with it. His name's Chris. It's ARCHERY is the current project we're working on.
Nice. Yeah, so I guess writing again for 5 years, but really the last 6 months, let's say, got serious about making something, putting some stuff out. That's what we're calling ARCHERY.
Yeah. 6 months to 6 months to probably a year that we're actually beginning to put these together. But in the last 6 months, we've been
Forcing time.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked about it.
Me as well. ARCHERY coming soon.
That's awesome. That's really cool. I'm pumped to hear it. I'm pumped to finish it and also do it. But from a, outside standpoint, I'm pumped to share it too.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's gonna
Me
be
as well.
cool.
I hope people like it.
Yeah, I think they will. And if they don't, fuck them. Gives a shit. I like
That's
the
right.
songs.
I love them. I'm just having fun.
Yeah, I'm stoked for the next bunch. But this is about you,
Oh, okay.
not about me. So let me pull it back to some of these questions I have prepared for you.
All right.
What influences are you pulling from today? Let's say you talked about Metallica earlier in your formative years.
Yeah.
But what are you listening to today that inspires this stuff that you're making?
Well, honestly, you turned me on to a band called The Contortionist, and I've been pretty obsessed.
Yeah, those guys are good.
Pretty obsessed.
Yeah.
I still go around my playlist, but I would say they're the main for me. The Contortionist, Deftones, some Phoebe Bridgers, which is a
Eclectic mix.
a little off key. Great Grandpa. I've been listening to them again.
Okay.
I'm a little all over the place. But
Great Grandpa.
Great Grandpa.
I haven't heard them before. That's a wonderful name, though.
Yeah, female lead singer, and just some like janky acoustic tunes. So they're good.
Sweet.
Yeah, I dig it.
Sweet. Are you pulling any influences outside of music?
I would say a lot of the lyrics that I've been coming up with in the last year have been, very dark, very dark. And it's just kind of influenced, I guess, a little bit by my own mental health and stages I go through and spots you go into and come out of and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, listening back, when the first time we listened back to Divisor, after we left it for a while, I was like, oh, that's dark.
It's honest, though, I suppose, too. Then.
It is. It's kind of like therapy. It's kind of like
catharsis.
It's a way to put it out, and then you're kind of done with it. In a sense. So, yeah.
Yeah. I talked about that with Bevan, actually. It was getting stuff out of here and down to here so you can look at it and maybe analyze it more objectively. And
absolutely process it and maybe end up in a different place as a result.
Yeah, I agree.
Word.
I echo that sentiment hard. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy when the whole point of this whole thing that I'm doing is to just talk to people about what music and their art does for them, and in an attempt to get more people to dip their toes in, maybe, and find that thing where, like, I don't know about you, but I can go from the most stressful day possible, pick up a guitar, play some stuff, 5, 10, 15 minutes, maybe an hour, and it's a full reset. You know, that for me takes precedence over any of the, habitual thoughts that are kind of tormenting a person on any day, and just pushes them right out. And just getting that little reprieve from it by performing or writing or whatever is like worth 1,000 hours of therapy, I think.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I it's funny, even this week I was encouraging people. I try and tell as many people as I can. I think everybody should learn an instrument, because it's such a pure experience. Like, it's clean, it's creative, it's thought-provoking, and in the most positive way.
It flexes a part of people's brains that non-creatives don't flex.
Yeah,
allegedly.
Sure.
I don't know if you can trust any brain doctor.
Oh no, I think that's absolutely the case.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, man, catharsis. Again, it's getting into a running theme here.
Musical therapy
stuff. Yeah, music therapy. That's the thing too. Sound baths. What about those? You ever take a sound bath?
Maybe.
It's more of a new wave, holistic thing where the vibrations are aligning your chakra. I don't know what I'm talking about.
The vibrations.
That's all mostly made up. I just took a bunch of words I've heard before, but a sound bath is a thing. You don't use soap. How do you push yourself to expound your boundaries on guitar? Or, I mean, production, I guess, too, but...
I don't know. I would say, like, not only life experience, but listening, actually going and working on projects every single day, which is where I am right now, which I don't think I've ever been that much into, like, that type of consistent work when it comes to music. So I'm happy about that. But I find doing it more, it brings more cohesive thoughts in regards to, like, progression of an idea or anything like that.
Yeah, consistent work.
Yeah, who'd have thought?
Yeah, it is work, man. And that's the rub. I think that's the rub. And I think there's so many people that are like, when you're talking about trying to convince someone to play an instrument for their own, well-being or whatever, they're like, oh, I'm just not naturally musical. Like, yeah, I don't think anyone is. I mean, some people are, but most people, 99% of people are like, put in the work, put in the time, and you can sing or play guitar or dance or whatever. It's just time.
Absolutely. Yeah, like I sang extremely poorly for about nearly 20 years, and just in the last little bit, us putting the work in and stuff, has my voice started to come around where I'm not super disappointed all the time. so it definitely the work, man.
That's what it's all about.
Work.
Do something you love, you'll never work a day in your life.
It's true.
I just wrote that.
I like it.
Is there something you've been interested in trying but haven't found the time yet? Something outside of what you're already doing?
In regards to music, or?
You go wherever you want with that. Interpretive dance?
Well, I don't know if you know this.
Violin?
But I consider myself something of a fish keeper.
No, tell me more.
Well, it's extremely addictive. Like, not even in a good way.
Yeah.
Just, it just eats money and your time. And then they are very calming. I love doing that. But, music's really taking a front seat to that these days, so.
Oh, good.
I'd also like to just never deal with people again, but that's pretty unrealistic, so.
Yeah, fish can't even speak English.
Right?
That's perfect. I'm with you.
Just want to fill my house with animals. Yeah.
Anything else? Or just fish keeping? Is this like fish farming? Like, are you breeding these fish to sell them top dollar, or is
no
it
breeding? I keep for me.
You eating these fish?
No, they'd be disgusting.
Dietary supplement.
Pellet fed fish are gross.
Yeah.
Plus, they sit in their own filth 24/7 in a recycled water.
Ooh. Yeah.
But other than that, I actually did recently inherit some land by Marathorpe, and there's so much stuff to do out there that
like shirtless lumberjacking.
That's right.
So you're thinking about putting the guitar down and picking up the flannel full time?
Well, that's the problem. Therein lies the problem, is that I don't want to. I want to just keep focusing on music, which is, what I've been doing lately. And it's going to be difficult. I'm already thinking of a way. I'm like, man, can I bring just have a 10-inch monitor out there that I leave out there and pack the Mac and the interface and everything out there.
Yeah.
Just so I can work on stuff.
In between.
Absolutely, yeah.
You could always go back to voice memos.
But that's just...
It feels wrong now that you're putting stuff out.
Now that I've gotten a taste, yeah, I can't go back.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah. But honestly, I don't think I'm going to be able to go out there every weekend and work on stuff and not have access to recording, so.
Yeah, well, that archery stuff has to get done for sure.
You know it.
The world's itching for it.
There's many stories yet to be told.
I have a question. Back to now that you're talking about making music again. What does writing look like for you? Where do you start from? Is it the same all the time? Is it
honestly,
any guess?
Writing looks like a lot of different things. Like in my world, it's funny. I don't know if it's the ADD or what, but I can never more come up with ideas, a bunch of ideas, And it's funny, a lot of times I'll write like the climax of the song first, and then I have to go backwards from there. But like I never...
Ideas, you're talking about guitar though, right?
Yeah, just in general, guitar and vocal and... but I mean, unless it's an acoustic song, like I never finish anything myself.
Interesting.
Yeah, which is, I'll come up with a lot of ideas and decide on ones I like, and then, you know, I like the dynamic of me handing things off to you, and I can just forget about them. I can just put in, this is the amount of effort I'm willing to put into this right now.
Yeah.
And then I pass it to you, and then I always end up pleasantly surprised because I hear stuff that's I'm not expecting because I didn't write it, and I love that dynamic. I get bored of my own self a little bit.
Yeah, it's bonkers what other people hear in the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, the same riff, the same. Yeah, I like it too. I'm pretty fun with that. So generally, though, we're talking about you're picking up a guitar, janking a riff, a rhythm of some sort, kind of backing it in your head, and then if that gets past the just playing it stage, you track it.
Yeah, and some are just a couple ideas, just a simple couple ideas, and some of them are, you know, end up being most of the riffs of a song. There's never like a goal in mind, I'll say. They just kind of, I end up with what I end up with, and then
this feels cool. This kind of sounds cool. That could be a thing. What if these two things go together? That kind of a...
Yeah, I mean, stuff's coming out of me at such a rate that I need to get them down and only work on them for so long before I have to switch and work on this other thing.
Yeah.
And switch and switch and switch. So, but like the 3 songs on the Archery, they came about in really 3 different ways. Like one, I just, you know, sent you 4 guitar tracks, all like affected, clean guitar. And then you wrote the rest. And then we wrote the melodies and lyrics. And then the other, you wrote in its entirety. And I just wrote lyrics and melodies for it. And then the one, I sent you all the riffs for the song that ended up working out. And then you arranged it, made it sound like a song. And then again, we put, you know, wrote a bunch of lyrics, but I mean, it can come, I don't think, yeah, I don't believe in formulas so much. I don't like the idea of formulas, I guess you could say.
Oh, sure. I'm more looking for just where it comes from. Where do you start at? Do you ever start with like lyrics? Do you ever go, hey, I wrote this poem and it evokes some imagery, and then try and like interpret that onto a guitar or piano or whatever backwards? Because I've tried it. My brain doesn't work that way either. I'm more of a like woodshed, like literally just throw until the riff sounds good enough in my head that I'm like, yeah, I want to hear drums and bass to this, and see if it evolves that way. For
sure. Actually, I never really thought about that till you mentioned it, but definitely, like, I have my notes in my phone, and I have there's 50 lyrical ideas in there. Like, I've definitely started with those in mind. Or as soon as I start working on a new idea, as soon as I start tracking anything, a lot of times it'll be, you know, a place like work or something. And just a lyrical idea will snowball. So I'll put it in my phone, and it's not that it's going to go with that specific piece, but It's kind of like, see what happens with this and see if it fits, kind of thing.
Like you already have an instrumentation in mind?
Yeah, or I've at least started it.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they man, songs come about every different way.
Well, I think it's pretty common for people to start from their instrument all the time. Definitely get weirder results if I go like, one of those archery tracks, Wounded, that came from a drum loop. Started off with drums, and it was kind of groovy. And then everything else came, like trying to write a guitar riff to that forces me anyway out of the general box of playing in that I swim around in, and do the same kind of thing with minor variation. If I come at it from a different instrument, then it almost forces different stuff, especially coming at it from drums, where like I'm just like clicking beats into the grid, and then now I got to figure out how to play those accents, and they don't land where my hand normally habitually accents.
Absolutely.
Which is kind of fun.
Yeah, I think everybody's kind of got that box that they're playing lies within, kind of, to some degree.
Comfort level. That's why I ask about pushing boundaries.
Just what your brain does. Just what your brain does when you're thinking of coming up with something new, whatever that may be.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. That's a great way to force yourself outside
force
that
some
box.
Variation.
Yeah, absolutely.
How about practicing? Are you purely music content driven? Like you're expecting something, you're always writing, or are you sitting there with a metronome and going, hey, I need to sharpen up my string skipping or some left hand technique? Are you doing any of that?
See, the problem with me that I'm notorious for and always have been and always will be, I mean, at some point I'm going to have to practice if I want to write cooler stuff, but I do not practice guitar. I do not.
Just write?
I just write.
That's interesting.
And now you know.
Secret's out.
Why the riffs can only go so far.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're about to get a whole bunch of practice recording these songs for real.
Yeah.
So we'll find out. That's the thing about that click track. Kind of tells all your secrets.
I've got so many secrets.
How do you balance art, music, and your life commitments?
I don't. Just kidding.
I mean, no, me neither. That's the right answer. I mean, that's the real answer.
I mean, you kind of have to dedicate yourself to being, X amount of busy to kind of fulfill all those buckets, so to speak.
Your words earlier, it's all about work. It takes work. If we're not putting in the work, then
that's right.
We're just spooling the same, or keeping the same almost songs almost done forever.
It's all work. Life is work.
Get it?
Work here, work there, work everywhere.
Yeah. So no balance. That's good. Right. That's good. What are your future goals though with this? With this thing called music or whatever, fish, whatever you're doing.
Well, I think it's getting close to like almost all my eggs in the musical basket. So it's something I'm really, really excited about. And, I think we're just writing more and more and better material. And, I'm super pumped. I'm super pumped on that. So I want to keep doing exactly what we're doing for as long as we can.
Sweet.
That's what I'm into.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Archery.
I got some really good questions here prepared.
Hit me.
You ready?
Yeah.
And you pretty much covered it all already. You're really good at this.
Thank you.
You talked about eggs earlier in one basket. If you had all the eggs, what would you do with them?
It'd be hard not to put them in that same basket. I'd struggle.
Take them right back in.
I'd struggle.
Yeah. Eggs.
I mean, obviously, some eggs have to be in the family basket.
Oh, yeah.
But
that's what I mean. I just transfer all my eggs to each basket. Oh, I gotta do this. Put everything into it. No, like, moderation or
hyperfixation.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
Yeah. Sweet. Tell me more about being left-handed and how that's impacted you negatively.
How hasn't it impacted me negatively? Had a hard time speaking there for a sec. Okay. Well, a left-handed guitar player, it's, let me tell you about the various disadvantages. First, guitars cost more. Second, it's rare you can try a guitar you actually want to buy. You can't even try it. You can't even feel it. You can't feel the neck. No feels.
Yeah.
You just take a shot in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah.
Do you regret not learning right-handed at the start?
See, I probably wouldn't write those sweet riffs, though. Would I?
Probably not. No. You would just write country.
Would I force my brain to the right side?
I don't know how that works.
I don't know either. But
so guitars are more expensive?
Guitars are more expensive.
What about writing
less
lyrics
options.
down? Do you find that your like hand goes through... Are you left-handed writing?
Yes.
Yeah, so you smudge all your lyrics if you're writing with like a nice pen, a nice gel pen.
I think there's got to be something wrong with those lefties' techniques, because I haven't experienced too much smearing in my life. No.
I thought that was like your guys' number one concern after price of guitars.
I definitely hear it a lot, but also they used to burn lefties.
What do you mean? Who's they? Guitar manufacturers? That seems counterproductive. I mean, sure, all your guitars fit the same market. But...
Humans. Similar to witch burning. Lefties fell into that category.
Oh.
True story.
Tell me more.
That's the whole story.
No, it's not. That can't be. That can't be like, once upon a time, that, the end.
You know what?
Who did it? Who was they?
Interview's over. Sorry, what?
Who was they? Who burned left-handed people?
The general public. In certain parts in the world. I haven't researched it beyond that.
Fair enough. So we'll let this go.
So I've done no research, but...
Making claims.
That's the story thus far.
Okay. So... Guitars are expensive. You don't smudge writing, which is wonderful. That's clearly you overcoming a disadvantage that other people can't.
Yeah.
But a constant threat of being burned at the stake.
I mean,
or is that not?
Hey, no, the way humans are going, you never know when that's going to show up again.
Yeah, shit.
Just whatever, burn people. Just, yeah.
People.
They're the worst.
Oh my gosh. And the best.
Yep.
Well, this has been great. Do you have any questions for me?
Thanks for having me, first off. You know, I always love coming to the studio.
Yeah. Where can people find Archery? How about that? How about I do that at you?
People can find Archery on Instagram. And eventually, like, once we start getting videos and stuff, you'll be able to find Archery on YouTube as well. And we'll be growing that. It's kind of we're at a point where we're almost kind of waiting. We're close, and then once Chris and I get like material out, everything is gonna move on from there.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. We got a video. We got 3 songs. Need 2 more videos. Maybe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then make good versions.
I'm already like at the point where I'm like wanting to like share audio clips of like new stuff.
Yeah, I know you are.
Yeah.
I know I got 4 emails yesterday. Slightly different versions of the exact same thing.
It's the little things.
Clearly it is. Yeah, I'm stoked for that too, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just got to get this work done first. And go back to play.
Yeah, it's all really exciting for me. I'm stoked.
You know what was cool?
What?
That garage sale we went to the other day.
That was incredible. I don't miss playing music at all, like live. I've never missed it, but that made me miss it.
Yeah, you don't. As long as you're avoiding it completely, you don't get reminded about how much you are like, oh crap, that's fun. I forgot how fun that was.
Yeah, sharing your art live, but man, those bands were great.
Yeah, man, it was really good.
And there was it Devolver, Nazi?
Yeah. Dog poison. Dog poison, yeah.
They're all killer.
Can't get that Limp Bizkit cover out of my head. It was so fun.
That was fun.
I wasn't ready for that. Yeah,
that and what else? Under Oath cover?
Nazi did,
Under Oath?
Yeah.
Oh, that was sick.
Dangerous Business, I think. Yeah, it was good.
My emo came right out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they played that right out of 2007.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
That was awesome.
Can't wait to see him again. I had a bunch of links posted down here in the last video.
Okay.
With Bevan.
Nice.
Talking about all the things to see.
Bevan, one of my local musical heroes.
That guy's top shelf.
Yeah, he is.
If they put a shelf above top, he would be promoted to that immediately.
You're right. There is no limit.
Well, this has been great. I don't know why there's a pause after this has been great. I wasn't trying to figure it out, but we'll talk again soon. Really soon.
That'd be great. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Love it every time.
Bye, guys.